This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome to the show. Today we are at the Woodway studio of sculptor Janie Lacroix. This is where clay becomes character and where stories take shape by hand. Janie is known for her remarkable ability to capture not just a striking likeness, but real depth and emotion in her work. From intimate portrait busts to powerful larger-than-life public sculptures, her art lives in churches, municipalities, and private collections all across the country. Come on, let's take a look. Janie, thank you so much for inviting us into your home and your studio here.
Well, I'm happy to have you anytime.
Well, I don't think I've ever interviewed a sculptor before. Sculptress, is that correct?
Sculptor's
You'd go with
I don't feel like a sculptress. I'm a sculptor.
I'm just fascinated. Of course, you're an artist as well, but we're standing in front of a piece. Well, I see he's kind of missing some appendages.
Okay.
But I want to talk about the process because I'm fascinated with what you do.
Okay. I work in clay, and this will become a bronze, but it's going to go through a lot of work before it becomes a bronze. So the first thing I do when I'm finished, and I had a lot more to him, of course, a mold maker has to come and make a mold on my sculpture. And the first thing the mold maker does is he lops off an arm and maybe other appendage. I'm really glad he didn't decapitate him this time. But the arm is laying over there. He had a belt. He had some guns. He had a big gun on right there.
Oh, all right.
And so his name is... he is one of the Paulies, Kuttner, General Kuttner.
Okay.
Kuttner. And he was a very important general. He and his son-in-law, Leonard Pauly, General Leonard Pauly, were instrumental in bringing the National Guard to the South Louisiana area.
Really? So where will this bronze be when it's finished?
It's going to be at this brand new armory. A brand new National Guard armory that is being placed in front of, in Lake Charles at Chenault Field. And both the sculptures are going to be there. Of course, the two sons were very proud of their father and grandfather. And so I have pictures of them over here. And this is kind of an inspiration board. And you might see Eisenhower on here.
I was going to say, this looks vintage.
Well, he's wearing an Eisenhower jacket.
Okay.
And it is said that he and Leonard, his son-in-law, both worked with Eisenhower. And they wore the Eisenhower uniform. So I have, like I say, I have inspiration, I have information and everything right here. This gentleman is General Kuttner right here.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, these are the two pictures I had to work from. And then I've got to please the family. The family has to recognize. And that's the difficult part, is the family has to recognize their grandfather and say, that is him. So I have to somehow capture his soul and, capture his real personality for family members who've grown up with him. And this is their father, General Leonard Pauly. And these are pictures of him right here. So I had a little more information on him, and I was able to actually get a really good likeness of him. But they were happy with this as well.
Good. So were they able to see this part of the process and say, yeah, you've done a great job with it?
Even though it kind of pulled apart.
Yeah,
and
he's got glasses.
This is the way glasses are made. Glasses in sculpture are not glasses; they're just suggestions of glasses.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
So that's.
There's so much here in your studio. Over here are some other pieces that you have. So you have multiples of
Yes,
These.
that's
Tell me about
right.
this.
Well, this is actually the maquette for the 16-foot Christ figure that I did for Lake Charles. It is in the old Bilbo Cemetery, historical cemetery, and it is 16 feet tall on a 9-foot granite pedestal. So it's quite a
massive.
monumental
Yeah,
piece.
yeah.
And it was also called the Millennium Christ because it was finished in 2000, and the unveiling ceremony was April 27th of 2000.
Okay, so you've been doing this though, how long?
I've been doing it since just a couple of years before that. So it's been almost 30 years.
Okay.
Almost right under 30 years. So
All right. Well, a lot more I want to ask you about, you know, your career as a sculptor. But you've got more pieces in your house. So
do.
let's go.
I do.
Let's go and check them
all
out.
right, all right. Come this way.
It's football season, and we can create your outdoor tailgating spaces that is actually a part of your home. Bifold doors that tie in the inside and the outside, and you can gain anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet living space, all while taking in the big game, poolside. Call us at Gather & Co. Kitchen and Bath, where we can create your unique tailgating space.
Serving Central Texas since 1889, TFNB Your Bank for Life takes pride in being more than a bank. At TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB Your Bank for Life.
Ready for a better kind of primary care?
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance or government-driven systems, care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct. I let in the sun rays. More of the heat stays. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy one window, get the next one free. Plus no interest and no payments for 24 months.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Since 2014, we've been creating vegan, clean, and affordable skincare with proven actives and potent botanicals designed to treat your ever-changing skin. Celebrate our first decade of transformation today at facetheory.com/US-EN. Face Theory.
Tasmanian spring water range from Sand and Sky. This range is really good for dry and dehydrated skin like myself, packed with 2 types of hyaluronic acid, fermented sea kelp to reduce redness, and my skin feels so dewy and so hydrated.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Okay. come on into my husband's office, and it's my office now, and my daughter's.
Well, yeah.
But we've got a lot of artifacts in here, things that I've done over the years. This
is an amazing commission you had from Vince Gill.
Vince
Tell
Gill.
me about that.
Well, I first did a sculpture for Vince Gill of his father and him playing golf together. And that's what this picture is. That's this father and son playing golf together. This is actually Amy Grant, who you see right here. But here's me and Vince. And this is the image in clay. And then Vince, a couple of years later, Payne Stewart was killed in that plane crash, that tragic plane crash.
So you were commissioned to do this before he passed away?
No, after.
Oh, it was after.
Afterward, because he and Vince played golf together.
Oh, okay.
And of course, he was the big PGA winner.
Oh, of course, yeah.
During that time. And
sure.
And so, so I did. The PGA sent me some fabulous pictures, a whole folder of pictures of Payne Stewart, and so I did this sculpture. And when I sent it to Vince Gill, they decided that it would work beautifully for the Vinny as a trophy.
Okay.
So I was tremendously honored to send this in every year for the Vinny, which was a big celebrity golf tournament that Vince Gill and his people would throw, and Amy Grant would throw every year in the spring or the summer. And they've had lots of golf tournaments. And so this was a trophy for the low playing scoring pro, the winner.
The winner.
At each way. So,
so how did you get this commission? How did you connect with Vince Gill?
Okay. Vince Gill's father had passed, and he played golf with his father, and he was devastated. And all of the people that rallied around this Vince Gill and his Vinny, he had already started the Vinny, which was a celebrity golf tournament for children who cannot afford to play golf. They decided that he would. They needed a sculpture of his father and him playing golf together to go with his Golf House of Tennessee, which is also a museum to golf. So,
wow.
She just blindly called, oh, I have a good friend who mentioned my name to the publicity agent and said, well, her husband was a PGA golfer, and she was my neighbor, Nicole Stanley, and Mike Stanley was a PGA winner, so big golfer. So she mentioned my name to her, and she called me. I had just started sculpting. I hadn't been sculpting very long. I didn't have anything to send in.
Oh my goodness!
Just a few things, because I was going around sculpting people. I was sculpting at like gallery openings and that kind of thing. And so I sent in what I had. Yeah, she called me, said I got the job. That's the story. Most people don't believe it, but I believe it's very much a God thing.
Oh, that's
So it really jump-started me. I'd already been doing some Texas City pieces, but other than that, I did not have a lot of sculptures going. So
in the meantime, you've made a lot. You've done a lot. You've done a lot of it.
Oh, yes.
In fact, there's this one piece up here. Tell me about this.
This is a company in Houston that sends Learjets. Let's see if I can reach it. Sends Learjets out to all over the world for wealthy businessmen who want to arrive in a Learjet, want to get someplace quickly. That company hired me to make trophies for their company. And I think I needed 40 of these. I'm not sure. And we turned my garage studio into a sweat factory, and we all worked together on this, and my son-in-law just so happened to know how to do this. It was a brand new son-in-law, and he said, I can do this. He was from the Czech Republic. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. So I sculpted this, and I just made it up, and that's wonderful that I get to make something up and not do an actual person. And so so I did this. They put their plaque on it, and of course, this is my husband. I had a plaque made for him, but that was a fun commission, and a great story, because you should have seen my garage, which is my studio. It was quite fun.
It's fascinating, and you do wonderful busts, and you immortalize people in a beautiful way, but you love to do animals too. So I understand there's a puppy dog in here we need to check out.
Brondell combines state-of-the-art technology with industry-leading innovation to craft bidets in a class of their own. A truly exceptional bidet and smart toilet system in one sophisticated package. And that feels better already.
I know you're gonna love this Kodak Dot Plus printer. You guys just connect it to your smartphone. I can assure you, you are going to love this printer as much as my family has. You guys have to check it out for yourself.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
The reason that their service is outstanding because the people they have working, behind the desk and the folks working out in the garage, taking care of business. And they give you a date, they give you a time, and that they're spot on. And they're professional, they take care of it, and they answer all your questions, and they're fun to work with.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Yes, I love animals. I love doing people. Portraits are my favorite. I mean, I've always featured that I am a portrait artist and can capture a likeness.
So,
but this
tell
is
me about him. Her.
this sweet little dog is named Jeannie.
Oh, so it's a her.
It's a her, and she is, of course, handicapped. She's a three-legged dog.
Oh.
Can you see this? Just one, and
I hadn't noticed that really.
Yeah.
I was looking at her sweet face and went, "Oh,
She
yes,
only
she's
got three
missing."
legs. So she became a therapy dog. She was perfect for a therapy dog. She had the right mannerisms and personality, and she was just a sweet dog. So her owner took her around to all the therapy places, like the children's museums and veterans therapy places, and she became therapy dog of the year. And she was on all the morning shows on TV. And she later she passed, but her owner wanted me to sculpt her. And this is going in front of the new children's museum called Port Wander in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
When will that presentation happen?
Soon.
I was going to say,
I don't
she's
know.
ready to go, huh?
Yeah, she's ready to go. I don't actually know when that's going to be, but I know that the base is finished, so it should be happening pretty soon. They had to do, it's going to go outside, so they had to get the landscaping done and everything, so it takes a while.
Well, you mentioned outside. I want us to go outside if we can. It might be a little windy, so I'll warn you about that. But I came to your beautiful home for a party you threw for a mutual friend, and I noticed the sculpture outside. Did not know you were the sculptor of it, and that's how all this got put together. But let's go out and check out this beautiful mother reading to her children.
Okay, pardon the garden. Watch your step. It's winter.
That's
it's
all
winter
right.
in Waco. So thank you, Wynn, for calming down a little bit. Okay, this is
Just
a second casting.
What does that mean?
A second casting. It was cast. The first one is a bronze in a library in Houston, in the Clear Lake area of Houston. And it was commissioned by one of the friends of the library, Carolyn Fouch. And it is, she just said, I need a library piece. And so I got to come up with the plan. And this is my granddaughter. And she was not still, she was wiggly, but I was able to capture her. And this is the grandson of the woman who commissioned the piece. And then this is my My daughters,
You kind of
one in particular
blended them together?
was there, and then another daughter would walk in. I'd say, "Sit down. I need your legs right now," or something. And so yes, it looks very similar to my two of my daughters, JJ and Lindsay, in particular, and sometimes Leslie. So,
Oh, it is
Andy.
spectacular.
I have 4 daughters, so
Yeah.
but thank you. So this one we decided to cast again, a second time, and the mold can be cast several times usually. And so, but it's very expensive, the casting job. So I convinced my husband that we could sell it. And so we never sold it. I grew attached to it. And so
She has a perfect spot.
thank you.
Right here.
Yes, I think so. I think so.
Well, let's get in out of the wind. I want to sit down and really talk to you at length, and we will do that. But right now, we're going to take a break. Stay tuned. There is more of the show ahead.
So it's football season, and we can create your outdoor tailgating spaces that is actually a part of your home. Bifold doors that tie in the inside and the outside, and you can gain anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet living space, all while taking in the big game, poolside. Call us at Gather & Co. Kitchen and Bath, where we can create your unique tailgating space.
At TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB, your bank for life.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. That's INTERNXT.com today. At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi.
Ready for a better kind of primary care?
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance or government-driven systems, care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct. I let in the sun rays. More of the heat stays. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy one window, get the next one free, plus no interest and no payments for 24 months.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com.
And we're back with sculptor Janie Lacroix and her beautiful home. We're in your den now, and you've got some amazing slides you want to share with us. But first, let's talk about this sculptor. We talked about animals and how you love to do.
Yeah,
he's pretty fierce looking.
He's fierce. The Nashville Predators is the Nashville hockey team, and they put out a need don't know if this is called artists, but they put out a need for a large, really, really large saber-toothed tiger to go in their parking lot at the stadium. And you know how Houston has enormous pieces around its stadium, but this is so it had to be possibly the size of a car or bigger, and probably bigger than. And so I said, I can do this, I can do it, and I was all excited about it. So I did this maquette, and he was my husband and I were so excited about it. We were both working on it together on the base and everything, and so I have a good memory of working on that, but I think the Predators decided that they maybe didn't have the funds for such a thing, because it was going to be an undertaking and quite a large piece. But I was very sad, but that happened a lot. People start to realize what things actually cost, and say, well, we really could use a whole new air conditioning unit instead, or something.
Right. Well, you know, the economics of it always kind of fascinate me where it comes to artists, because you have to price your work somehow, and when it's going to be a major, massive piece, it's then got to be, as you said, a mold's got to be made, and then it's got to be.
First, the construction would be quite large. I might have to rent a larger place,
and then it goes to a foundry,
and then that's where the big bucks are, with the foundry cost. Very difficult. They are a very amazing artist, the foundry people, and what they do. I use Hephaestus Foundry in Dallas, and the incredible work that they do to take my clay image or my molds from my clay image and turn it into a bronze. There's many, many steps to it. I don't think you want me to get started on that, because it takes so long to explain it all. But it's quite interesting. If anybody ever has an opportunity to visit a foundry, it is amazing.
Are there many in the state of Texas?
There are quite a few. I used two in particular in Houston, and I've used one in Bastrop and right outside of Dallas, and now I'm using this one in Dallas. Schaefer outside of Dallas, and then now this is Hephaestus that I'm using, and I've enjoyed all of them. They've all been wonderful. My mold maker kind of encouraged me to try Hephaestus, and that's why I'm there with them. But they've all been good.
So the timeline, what does it take to create something? I know you have a slide coming up. I haven't seen many of your slides, but if we could look at this larger than life, you mentioned that this was going to be bigger than a car.
Yeah.
So some of your people that you do end up being many, many feet tall.
Yes.
So
yes. It is just amazing. But let's go ahead and take
yeah,
a look.
Show it to me.
Okay, this is my logo, and that's me with an almost 9-foot Captain Daniel Goss. And this piece is in Lake Charles at the marina right near the Civic Center. And there's they made the most beautiful area just for this sculpture there in Lake Charles. And Captain Goss was one of the forefathers of Lake Charles.
Okay.
And so he had a very large family of descendants that I think they came together and commissioned this piece. So
so from start to when it's put in place was how long?
Oh, goodness. Oh, that was a year. That was a good year on this one. I think, and besides it took them a long time to get the place ready, but I will take something like 5 to 6 months on doing my part. The foundry take at least 6 months. And maybe longer to do what they do. Yeah. And then, of course, the place has to be ready for me. And we deliver, and we have to have some large city equipment to
put it in place. Yeah. Yes, right. And then you got to have a party.
I got to have a party.
Unveiling.
That's the best part of them all.
Sure.
Is unveiling ceremonies.
Yeah.
So, okay, I can go real quick on this page.
It's beautiful.
And this is another piece
Okay,
that I
tell
did.
me about this gentleman. This is a physician.
Okay, this is Dr. Ron Anderson, and he was the CEO of Parkland Hospital in Dallas. That was another call to artists that I had to go and speak in front of a committee of mostly doctors in this committee that loved him, worked with him. He's deceased, so they wanted to honor his image in this part of Parkland Hospital. So I got the job, and this is my daughter, and we are standing in her living room. She and her husband are both artists, and he is a map restorer, and document paper.
I need to do a whole episode with you.
And you definitely do.
Okay, all right.
I'm very
Today,
interested.
right.
He insisted on us doing this in their living room, and it's a very messy job.
Really?
But he said, no, it'd be good for the kids to see it and everything.
Sure.
So my daughter and she helped me with this, and I'm very proud of her.
Mm-hmm.
She has a master's degree from the New York Academy of Art in sculpting, and her name is Lindsay Peichel. And so that is Dr. Ron Anderson. And this is, you can see the stuff in the background. This is a long ago governor of Louisiana. His name is Sam Houston Jones.
Oh, wow.
Sam Houston Jones.
Very good.
And we were commissioned to do this piece for Lake Charles, for Sam Houston Park. And then we cast it twice. There is another casting of it in Beauregard Parish. So,
well, and that's cool that when you do a piece, and it can have multiple lives, if you will.
That doesn't happen often enough, but I would love for that to happen more often.
Yeah.
But
here's the Jesus we were talking about, right?
This is the 16-foot Christ figure on a 9-foot granite pedestal that is at the historic Bilbo Cemetery in Lake Charles. And it was a lot of fun. And as I said, it was big. And
so the challenges in doing these larger than life figures, what are they? Because you're not a huge person. I mean, do you get on a ladder, or how do you do all that?
I had scaffolding built around this, and it's actually built in 2 sections. So I did the last half, the bottom section in the top, then the top, and then the head. So there's 2 sections and plus a head. Okay. And later we might find pictures of, these are other people. This is a piece in front of, I'm sorry, things are a little confused in my run of pictures right here, but I'll come across Christ again and we'll see maybe the other pieces. But this is another Christ, and this one is Christ with the lady who touches the hem of his garment.
Yeah.
And it's in front of St. Patrick's Hospital in Lake Charles.
Oh.
And so I was commissioned to do that by the Board of Lake Charles.
When you're
by the Christus nuns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's who
commissioned you? Christus nuns.
So when you're doing your vision of what Jesus looked like, what does it mean to you spiritually?
Oh,
what does it mean?
It is very spiritual to get to do Jesus. And I am so honored, and I feel so incredibly blessed to get to sculpt Jesus, because there's no picture of him. Well, a lot of artwork, but I get to make up my own idea of what Jesus looks like. And that is an incredible experience. And I can sculpt a handsome man, but he has to be more than that.
Right.
He has to have wonderful eyes and wonderful loving face.
Yeah.
And so
she looks desperate. I mean, if you really kind of captured
desperate. As she was.
The woman she'd been suffering for
an issue of blood.
Years.
So
wow.
So
that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, that's wonderful.
Thank you. And one of my son-in-laws helped me decide what would be a good piece for that. He said, the woman with the issue of blood.
Right. It's a hospital.
It's a hospital.
He's the healer. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So I had a lot of fun doing that.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. There's his face. Yes. And it's not, as you say, it's not terribly refined.
No, I don't want to. I try to leave it rough. Many times I overdid it. Especially if I did women or something, I smooth things out too much.
And take the crow's feet.
Oh yeah, yeah. I wish I could do that for myself. True. But yes, this.
Okay,
this was another trophy I did for Vince.
I was going to say that was a Vince Gill thing.
They needed another trophy for the young people. They had a lot of teenagers who went through the Vinny and won, and so they needed another trophy for that. So I designed this because it was Vince. It was very much depicted Vince with the guitar and the golf clubs.
Yeah.
So he liked it.
I think that's awesome. I think that is awesome.
And that's one of the recipients, and I don't know if I know his name.
My husband would probably know exactly who that is.
Oh, probably. So, but I got to hand off the trophy.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my daughter and I working on Ron Anderson, Dr. Ron Anderson, in their living room.
So, I mean, you're so intent in what you're doing. Are there moments when you're doing a major project like this that doubts kind of creep in?
Did what creeps in?
Doubts.
Doubts.
Is this going to happen?
Doubts do creep in, but I'm so excited about it. And then I had my husband, who was my support through this, and he was really, as corny as it might sound, he was the wind beneath my wings, and he would encourage me. I mean, together we would say, we can do this. And of course, he was my businessman, my business manager, and he would write out the contract, and he would get more jobs for me than I would have gotten by myself, for sure. But his contracts were just really very, very professional looking. And a lot of times he made me lose jobs because his price would be too high or something. I said, I wanted that job. I want to do that. So I was always thrilled when I got a job, and just
sadly
in heaven.
He passed away.
Yes,
a year ago.
Yes, just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 years in April.
Okay.
So
my condolences to you. I mean, it's so. When did you move to Waco? You were in the Houston.
You were in the Clear Lake area of Houston. And in Bay Oaks, kind of a country club. And it was a marvelous place. I really enjoyed my home. And I was not, my son-in-law, my daughter live here, and another one wanted to move here. And we could see that maybe it would be inevitable for us to move one day. But I still had my father in Louisiana, just 2 hours away.
Right. From Houston.
And he lived to be 102.
Oh, yeah.
And so I spent a lot of time with my dad, but my 6 brothers were there in Louisiana, and they took care of him also. And so he was at home until that time.
Wow.
And so I didn't want to move any further away from him in particularly, and then I didn't see how I could move. It was daunting, the idea of moving my
I mean, you had a studio there
for 27 years.
Right,
so,
right.
So it was difficult, but we finally did it. And when we found this house, I said, I can do this. I can move into this place. And so,
well, it is lovely, and it's wonderful to hear your process. And when did you know you could do this sculpture thing? I mean, you were a paint artist.
I was a painter, and I was a portrait painter and a portrait drawer.
So you always kind of focused on faces.
I focused on people. I love people.
Right.
And I love
the landscapes.
Yeah. And I did do other things, but I really love doing portraits of people. So we moved to Houston, and someone told me I spent a lot of time with my kids' schools and volunteering at their schools and that kind of thing. And an art teacher from one of my daughter's schools said, you need to go join the Glass Cell. I went. It's an adult art school. We had live models.
Oh, wow. It's a real thing.
We had sculpture stands and clay, wet clay, which is real clay, whereas I eventually transitioned to a man-made clay, which is what this is. And it just worked better for that large pieces. And anyway, we got to sculpt, and for the first time, I said, this is perfect. This is it. This is what I need to do. Because when you spend so much time working with a two-dimensional space format, and you're trying to make that person look three-dimensional, you want them to be able to look like they could speak to you and look like they're breathing. And so that was always my goal when I did a portrait. And so in sculpting, you can do it three-dimensional, and it was just so much fun. Stop. I just wanted to keep sculpting. I just said, it's time to go home. No, I want to keep doing this. You know?
So then you have found your niche.
And I eventually mentioned to my husband, I said, I think I'm pretty good at this, and everybody in the class is saying that I'm really good at this.
But that's a whole nother thing to be able to visualize 3D as opposed to.
Well, it's just easier though.
Oh, but it is
because
easier.
imagine you've got an element in front of you that you've got to make this one-dimensional. It's quite a difficult task. Make it look three-dimensional when it's only on a two-dimensional platform. So getting to just go ahead and make it three-dimensional was just so fun. And working with the clay, bringing the hands and all, I just said, yeah, this is what I need to do. And I loved it. And my husband went, cha-ching, we can make money at this.
Okay, we're going to figure out how to monetize this art thing. And so you have done, do you have an idea how many pieces you've sculpted?
I hardly have an idea because some of these pieces were
another soldier. This is a Vietnam soldier. Yep.
Yes. And this was Doug Fournette, and he was killed in Vietnam in 1968. And he is a Lake Charles man. His wife was pregnant with their first child. And I got to be in contact with her throughout the process and with his classmates from Lake Charles High. And it was so much fun because they were very helpful, all of them. And a gentleman who was actually with him, was a soldier with him, sent me a huge box of all this equipment that soldiers wear and magazines about, Vietnam soldiers. And I had just so much help that it was just great. And I just...
I had not really thought about how much research is involved.
A lot of research.
In what you're doing to bring a living, breathing person into life.
A lot of research, a lot of materials.
Yeah.
And sometimes I can put actual materials in the sculpture. I think if you noticed my soldier outside, he had an actual hat on his head.
Yeah.
And I had to cover it in wax and make it look like it was done the way everything else is done. And I actually had a real belt on him. The guns I sculpted, and the holster and all of that.
Yeah.
But that is an actual hat that I covered in clay.
Oh, okay.
The boots I sculpted, everything else I sculpted. The hat is a real hat. So, okay. So this is my Christ figure, another picture of that in its cemetery, and another picture of that. And this, Monsignor de Blanc, who commissioned this sculpture, asked that he have a child, two children, in fact, a little boy and a little girl. And she actually had a dove in her hand, because for the unveiling, which was an enormously gorgeous and fabulous event, they let white doves go as we unveiled the sculpture. And the governor of Louisiana was there to unveil the sculpture.
Really?
And the vice governor. So she had a dove. I don't know what happened to the dove. It disappeared. It was just not on there well enough, I guess.
Oh,
but
really?
Things can disappear. Oh, this is the Beauregard Parish. That is the Sam Houston Jones, one of the governors of Louisiana. And here is us installing the very large. This is another piece I'm quite proud of. It's in Lake Charles in front of Our Lady Queen of Heaven Church. It is 7 pieces. These are life size. I think that's this in the middle. This is a priest, the guy in the middle. He is actually right at just about 6'8",
Mhm.
6'6".
Tall man, yeah.
He's tall. And Monsignor de Blois didn't know it, but I sculpted him.
Oh,
That's Monsignor de Blois. And the other people, and it's supposed to make kind of a rooftop of people heading up to this logo, which is the church's logo, Our Lady Queen of Heaven. And that's a big giant stainless steel cross. We found a stainless steel sculptor in Houston, and he made this cross for us. I designed it, and I sent him my design and measurements, and he made that cross. It was so shiny when it showed up. It was absolutely gorgeous.
really sad.
Yes,
The bronze.
that's right. It was so fabulous. And this is a mother and child, a Black man who is a student, a nun and a child, and that is supposed to cascade up. If they had put the student, a little further back from her, it would have made a nice cascade. But that is a working man in coveralls and a businessman. And I made the businessman look like my dad because my father was a businessman. He started a large family-owned business that my 6 brothers still run in Lake Charles, called Stein Lumber.
Janie, thank you so much for your willingness to share this time with us.
Oh, my pleasure.
To explain the wonderful work you do as a sculptor.
Thank you so much for coming. It was so much a pleasure to me. I've enjoyed it.
Thank you for being with us as well. But stay with us. There is more of the show ahead. So, Janie, you've done a lot of really important people.
Yes.
And some kind of people that are maybe not heroes or are, well known. But this gentleman here, tell me about Dr. DeBakey.
That is Dr. DeBakey, world famous heart surgeon. I can remember him, and I can remember a lot of he was the first to invent the artificial heart, and in his hands I sculpted the Jarvik 7, which was his first artificial heart. He invented a lot of other things for heart surgery, and I was commissioned to do a sculpture of him. I got to go to his office and actually stand in his main trophy room, I guess you call it, and take pictures of him. And my daughter Lindsay came with me, and we sat and had coffee with him. He didn't have a whole lot to say, and I didn't know if I could even communicate with somebody so smart anyway. So, but it was wonderful. It was quite an experience. And so I got to sculpt him. My daughter Lindsay did help me with some of the bone structure, and we just enjoyed it so much, getting to do him. And that is in front of the Lake Charles Airport.
Really? The airport?
Dr. DeBakey was born and raised in Lake Charles, and his first practice was in Lake Charles before he came to Houston. And of course, I think he was, in all the universities that he taught at, or that he was in school.
Renowned.
Very well-renowned.
Heart surgeon, researcher, and certainly changed cardiology.
Yes.
I think, for all of us.
He did.
So, Janie, one of the most recent major pieces you had recently was unveiled, right?
Yes.
And this is the lineman. So this is not a particular person.
No.
This a worker, someone who... And tell them how that all came about to memorialize a lineman.
South Louisiana got hit so hard by 2 major hurricanes in 2019, and then in early 2020. So they followed each other, and they tore the whole south part of my hometown, Lake Charles, and just all of Louisiana, just tore them up. So of course people didn't have roofs on their houses. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have anything. A lot of the trees were gone. So every state in the Union, most states in the Union will send their linemen
to help.
All hands on deck. They're not mandated by the government. They just send them to help. It's what they automatically do.
Yeah.
And it was just so heartwarming to see all these white trucks come down I-10
Oh, yeah.
into Lake
You know,
Charles.
help is on the
And
way.
people were celebrating, and they were so happy.
So you
These
tell me
linemen.
his face, it's somebody, it's not an actual person that you're researching.
It's not an actual
So
person.
tell me how you,
What was really good is that I didn't have to do an actual person for
oh, there he is.
And so I made up a face that I thought would be a handsome and strong man. And many times,
Movie star good looks.
yeah, well, that
Is there a
always
reason?
that. And there's, okay, it's going to be there forever. Maybe it'll be appealing. So I sometimes will use an actor's face.
Okay.
And an actor's face, you've got a lot of pictures to draw from. And
Yeah, there's plenty of
lots
photographs
of photographs of them.
of actors. So who did you use to inspire
My
this?
inspiration, it doesn't look like him, but it was just an inspiration. It helped me with the eyes. Was can you guess? Was Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. Yeah, I
And
mean, I kind of see it. There's a little bit of a furrow, and you say that's because he sort of squinted a little.
Clint Eastwood was a big time squinter in all of his early movies.
Well, at you know, fifth of the dollars, and he's in the sun.
He's a very tough guy, but he was a squinter. And this is a lineman looking up at the transformer or whatever, looking up at the top of the telephone poles or whatever he was.
So as you're moving along in the process of your lineman, this is the mold maker. So he comes in, you say he's got his little saw, he's going to start taking them apart, right?
Yes, yes. This is a wonderful guy, a really sweet guy that I really enjoy having him over. And he will stay for 2 weeks. He did for this particular piece to make that mold on my sculpture. And the first thing he does is pull out a Sawzall and lop off an arm. So it's very hard for me to watch. And then he lops off all the other pieces that are hanging on his belt because he had a lot of equipment on his belt. And so that's painful, but it has to be done.
Right. What price beauty.
And this is him working on the hand, on the arm, and he does them separately because it's just difficult to make a mold on some of the pieces. They have to kind of start to cut, and then of course it all goes back together again eventually in the bronze.
Yeah.
So this gentleman's name is Paul Bryant from Dallas. He drives in from Dallas and he stays with us, or he stays in a hotel. He's done both.
So do you have any pictures of the actual unveiling?
Okay, that's
so this is the unveiling.
Yes,
right?
yes. And that's my husband right behind me, Shelby. And that is one of my nieces because I have a lot of family in Lake Charles. I have 6 brothers who live there. And so one of my brothers brought his granddaughter. And so she was I let her help me unveil. And there was a lot of people there. It was a lovely event. And here we go. These are
linemen there. Oh, that's wonderful. That's just going to make you feel so good.
Oh, it does. It makes
this project start to
good.
finish.
It's just the unveiling is the tip of the iceberg. It's like the cherry on the cake. It's just so much fun.
It's football season, and we can create your outdoor tailgating spaces that is actually a part of your home. Bifold doors that tie in the inside and the outside, and you can gain anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet living space, all while taking in the big game, poolside. Call us at Gather & Co. Kitchen and Bath, where we can create your unique tailgating space.
Serving Central Texas since 1889, TFNB Your Bank for Life takes pride in being more than a bank. At TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB Your Bank for Life.
Ready for a better kind of primary care?
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance or government-driven systems, care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct. I let in the sun rays. More of the heat stays. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy one window, get the next one free. Plus no interest and no payments for 24 months.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Since 2014, we've been creating vegan, clean, and affordable skincare with proven actives and potent botanicals designed to treat your ever-changing skin. Celebrate our first decade of transformation today at facetheory.com/US-EN. Face Theory.
Tasmanian spring water range from Sand & Sky. This range is really good for dry and dehydrated skin like myself, packed with 2 types of hyaluronic acid, fermented sea kelp to reduce redness, and my skin feels so dewy and so hydrated.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
At Mapiful, we believe in celebrating your journey. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mapiful.com and start celebrating your story today.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.